I'm no longer going to accept any excuses as to why you have not started the business. Okay. And so, what we're going to talk about today is exactly what to do, what to say when your client says yes. Oh my goodness, so many people have talked a lot about how to start a business, how to find clients, how to do this, how to do that, but they're not giving you the actual tea on what to do when the client actually says yes. And so a lot of times you might find yourself in a position where you're so excited about starting the business and getting the clients and getting the customers, but you're not actually prepared and equipped for someone to actually say yes to you. You're matter of fact, you're probably expecting more people to say no to you than you are expecting someone to say yes. But what would it look like if you showed up to every introductory call or every discovery call and you knew that somebody was going to say yes? What if you started a business, even if it was a product-based business, although we don't talk really much about product-based businesses, but what if you showed up and you said, you know what, I'm expecting at least one person to purchase from me today. What would that actually look like? How can you be prepared for the yes? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how exactly you can prepare for the yes. What does it look like for your client to say yes? And how can you actually onboard them? Okay. You have been searching for the answer to how to start a business, how to find clients, and how to make money online. But what you found is scammy business ideas and strategies that require you to have a massive following or a massive amount of startup cash. But what if I told you that it is actually possible to start earning thousands of dollars every single month with 0 followers, 0 scams, and 0 startup cash? By God's grace alone, I started with nothing other than one email address. And in less than 90 days, I had a fully operating business that allowed me to make a full-time income, work from anywhere, and have flexible working hours. The best thing about starting my business has been that I get to love on my baby girl. I didn't have to change my personality. And most importantly, I did not have to compromise my faith as a girly that's running full speed ahead after Jesus. Because of how the Lord has blessed my business, I have been able to travel when I want to, take care of the household as a mother, and pour into my daughter without having the burden and stress of a job that wanted to take everything from me. This does not have to stop with me. Starting a thriving business is more than possible for you too, sis. During the Zero to Thriving Masterclass, I will be giving you the exact blueprint that I use to start my business and make thousands of dollars every single month. When you come, make sure that you come with your juiciest questions, because the Zero to Thriving Masterclass is where I'm going to give you the full strategy on how to build a thriving business with 0 followers, 0 scams, and 0 startup cash, all while giving all glory, all honor back to Jesus Christ. We meet live on September 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to see you there. There will not be a replay available, so you need to get your face in the place. You can register by going to singlemombusinessschool.com/masterclass. Again, that website is singlemombusinessschool.com/masterclass, and you want to go ahead and get your seat today because the prices will go up. Again, that website is singlemombusinessschool.com/masterclass, and I am so excited to see you soon. Let's get it and let's go. For the yes, when your client is ready to work with you, they said yes to you because God placed you in that particular place in front of that particular person. He gave you the purpose. He gave you the vision. He allowed you to do all the things. And now you're standing in front of, or you're sitting in front of the client that actually said, yes, they're willing to pay you the money every single month. They're willing to, trust you with their business and trust you to provide the service and to provide the thing that you said that you were going to do. They finally said yes. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations. You got your first client. So what do you do next? So the next thing that you want to do is you want to have them sign a contract or some kind of agreement, if that is applicable. Now, for a particular season and a particular moment in time, I was not about contracts. I started out doing contracts, and then I stopped doing contracts, and then I started back doing contracts. The reason why I stopped doing contracts is a whole nother story, but if contracts are feasible for you, if that's something that's applicable, and if that's what the Lord wants you to do is to have people sign contracts, then you can already have your contract template set up and ready to go so that your client can read, review, and sign the contract, and you can move forward to the next thing. So you want to have that ready. So in the very beginning, what I would do is I would have my template already ready, all the things done, right? And when the client said that they want to work with me, and y'all, sometimes even before the client said yes, I would already have that contract filled out as an act of faith. Like, listen, like, y'all about to work with me. Like, because you got to think about it too. Like, why would you, as whoever you are, client, potential client, why would you take time out of your busy schedule to meet with me for 30 minutes to talk to me? And then you're going to say no? Like, you just wasted your time. Like, if you really have the problem, why would you take your time to come and meet with me during an introduction call, all for you to just say no? Like, no, we're about to write this contract, and you, like, and you got to think about it too. You got to have some confidence in yourself from the Holy Spirit and understand that no, Holy Spirit told me to do this. And you mean to tell me that I got this far where I have actually done what the Lord is asking me to do. I've started the business. I'm starting to talk to clients. People are showing interest in what it is that I have to offer. And we're having the meeting. And you mean to tell me that they're just going to say, no, no, they ain't working like that. I got to get in the prayer closet or something. And we're not trying to manipulate, but we want to be prepared for the yes, because we done all this work up until this point. All you have to do is say yes. And so let me just do my due diligence. If I'm expecting the yes, let me just take the next step and just go ahead and fill out the contract, like, and make it specific to whomever is, is going to be saying yes on the other side. Like, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. So that's number one, is have the contract ready. You need to have the template ready. I would go ahead and fill it out and make it customized for whoever the person is going to be. So that even if they say no, at least you're ready. Okay. At least you're ready for the yes. Okay. But we're expecting the yes because, like, come on. Anyway, so you want to have the contract ready. That's number one. Number two, after they say yes, you want to send them a welcome email. Okay. So what I would do is I would send them the contract in one email, right? Say, hey, this is the contract, have the subject line, contract, we go through all of this in the All-In Entrepreneur course. So if you want to get access to that, you can head over to singlemombusinessschool.com and you can join our community. And then once you join our community, you will have access to purchase the course. Okay. So you have your contract ready and you want to send out the contract to them in a separate email, and you want to label the subject contract. Okay. You want to keep things very clean. Okay. We're not doing a whole bunch of mismatching, disorder, all the stuff. No, God is a God of order. Okay. So you want to send them the contract in one email, and then you want to send them another email giving them a welcome email. This kind of almost solidifies and seals the deal, okay? Because while they're reviewing the contract, you're already sending them the welcome email that lets them know, hey, like it is what it is. Because when you receive a welcome email, it's like, okay, it's official. Like, I'm already in this thing, So you want to go ahead and send them a welcome email. Again, if you want the template that you can be using for the welcome email and for this entire process, you can go to the All-In Entrepreneur course, okay? All right. So after you send them the welcome email, then you want to include a link to maybe something like, and you can put this inside the welcome email. This is number 3. You can include within the welcome email a link to their onboarding questionnaire and their payment. Okay. And so there is a way that you can do this in one fell swoop. I can show you that. It's, in the course. Just listen for right now. Okay. But you want to send them a link and include a link. Help me, Holy Spirit. Please forgive me. You want to include a link to the onboarding questionnaire and to collect your payments. Okay. Now, if you're not going to go that route where you're going to have a questionnaire and then a payment, then you can send them an invoice if necessary from your invoicing platform. Okay. But that is something that you want to be thinking about, how you want to set that up, their questionnaire. And what are you going to include in the questionnaire? You can include things like, if you need credentials for what it is that you're going to be doing, if you need to know more, detailed information before you get started in your work, that's where you want to have your questionnaire already, there and available so that you can start gathering all this information so that you can get to work as quickly as possible. Okay. I think this is number 5. Number 5 is you want to host a kickoff call. Okay. Now, the kickoff call essentially is to kind of get all the jitters out, to get all the kinks out so that you can maybe have an hour-long call where you talk with them and you say, okay, I need access to XYZ platform. Can you get me that? And this is where you're not really, you're kind of getting past like that dating phase, if you will. And you're kind of getting into the nitty gritty. Okay, let's just have a working meeting. We have our heads down. We are really getting into the details of like, okay, how does this work? Okay, what is this? Da, 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 right? So you're kind of past this like frilly interview style like conversation. The kickoff call is where you're getting into the nitty gritty of like, okay, this is what we're going to do. How do we do this? Can you give me access to this? The kickoff call is where you can ask a lot of stupid questions. You as the entrepreneur, the kickoff call is where it's completely acceptable for you to ask all the stupid questions because and there's not a stupid question, but this is where you want to ask all the questions. In addition to you already having the questionnaire, you can also ask any additional questions that will really, this is so important, y'all, because as you are actually helping and beginning to help your client and you're actually doing the work, you need to ask all the questions that you possibly can. And one thing that I will say is that, of course, there's like a grace period when you just have a new client. They understand that you are like, they are a new client of yours and you're not going to know everything, but you want to try to get as many questions answered as possible so that you are completely and fully equipped and prepared. Okay. And then after you have scheduled the kickoff call, you want to send a follow-up letter of what you will do next, just so that there's clarity on all sides. Again, we want to make sure that we are operating from a place of order and that you're operating from a place of clarity, even at the onset. Okay. So these are the steps that you could be taking in order to onboard your client. When your client says yes, you want to be expecting that yes and already be prepared and say, okay, boom, 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 boom. This is what it is. And we're moving forward. We're actually moving forward to actually, helping you by God's grace. Okay. So I pray that this was helpful for you. Again, if you want to gain access to the Zero to Thriving Masterclass to learn how you can implement the exact blueprint that I use to go from zero to thriving in a matter of months, but all by God's grace, you can join us on September 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will not be a replay available, so you want to get access to the masterclass as quickly as possible. And also because the price of the masterclass will be going up. I don't know when the next time we'll be actually teaching on this particular masterclass. And so if you are really wanting to get access to learn how to implement this blueprint, you can head over to singlemombusinessschool.com/masterclass to get access today. Again, that website is singlemombusinessschool.com/masterclass. And I cannot wait to see you guys real soon. So excited. Love you. Bye.